Welcome to the Amazon's podcast. I'm Glenn Young, owner of Amazon's fitness magazine. Celebrate the female physique. Subscribe to AmazonsFitMag.com. The podcast is brought to you by title sponsor Maximus Posing Suits. Let your inner warrior shine. Custom-made competition suits for victory on every stage. Bronze level sponsor Murder Weight Apparel. You're not just wearing a clothing brand, you're wearing a mindset. MurderWeight.com. And of course, GPS photography and video. Why photography and video? Because with photos worth 1,000 words, videos worth 1,000,000. GPSphotoandvideo.com. My guest is IFBB Pro Olympian, aka love the Instagram name at Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Winsome White. Did I say it right?
Yep.
Winsome White.
Yep. Yep.
Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming on. How you been just off stage from the Omaha Pro? How you feeling?
You win some, you lose some, but
And,
at the end of
I was going to do a play on your name, but I said I'm not going to mess with it like that.
but at the end of the day, you don't give up. You don't give up. Hey, certain shows, you give it your all. You come there, you give it your best. Hey, on to the next.
Right.
I
And you're
I
from?
just
No, go ahead.
I took it for a grain of salt. I knew that I came in with a whole complete package from last year. Especially after, competing in the Atlantic Coast last year.
Mhm.
It was an amazing experience being up there with 3 other contenders that just jumped off the Olympia stage. And when I was able to look at my physique, look back at it, I'd seen what I needed to improve to come back in on stage in order to qualify for that Olympia qualification. So I think I
Got it.
nailed it. I nailed it this year.
No question. So you're from New York,
Yes.
but I got to ask, why didn't you do the New York Pro?
Oh, so I didn't do the New York Pro Show because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I didn't know who was going to jump in. And I
Mhm.
felt like it would have not been a show that, would have been for me. I didn't want to just do a show just to do a show. But
Mhm.
I can guarantee for 2025, I will be doing the New York Pro Show. So it's not going to be something that's hidden. I'm from New
Yeah.
York.
There you go.
My coach actually wanted me to do it like when it was a week out from the New York Pro Show. She said you can do it, but it was me that was like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So that was my fault. You know what I'm saying? She thought I was ready. I didn't feel. She thought so. So that was my fault at the end of the day. I own that.
So then you go across country to the Omaha Pro, to the
Yes, I did.
Midwest region,
Yeah.
where they had the St. Louis Pro and now the Omaha. And there were 13 women's physique pros that showed up after the
Yes.
controversy. Well, it wasn't a controversy, it's just the fact that it was announced by the promoter that, hey, women's
Yeah.
physique, you guys aren't showing up. And so 13 were there. What do you think about the show? Were you jet lagged going across country like that? Did you arrive early? How did you combat the water retention?
Oh, so for me, I travel early.
Mm-hmm.
I usually get to my shows earlier. So at the end of the day, water wise, I manipulate. I don't drink water when I fly.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to hold out the whole flight till I land to drink some water. Because I am not trying to be a waterlog coming off that airplane and then having to fight
Right.
to get it off. So pretty much that's how I normally ride when I travel. So
Mm-hmm.
God forbid if I had to go to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, there you
It's
go.
the same
Like you
thing.
said, you have to go early.
Yeah, I'm
And you,
literally gonna have to fall asleep on that plane.
yeah. And something tells me you'll be going to Vegas.
Yes.
So at the Omaha, you finished third. What did
Yes.
you think about the other competitors? What do you think about your look? What do you think you need to improve on? Did you get any feedback from the judges?
No. Usually
Okay,
my coach dissects everything, you know.
gotcha.
So I trust and believe my coach 100%. So she's gonna be my ride or die to the end,
Mhm.
because I am loyal to my coach. She's amazing. She got me to where I'm at physique wise. She has not skipped a beat with me, so I don't feel like there's no need to switch something that ain't broke, you know?
Right.
So the look for the other contenders, I was very impressed with that
Mhm.
Russian woman. Like very, very,
Yeah.
very, very
I think
impressed.
she's 56. I
Yeah,
want to say. Yeah.
she was quiet. She was very quiet. She was relaxed. You know, she looked very good. You know, um, the first place winner, very sweet girl,
Hmm.
very, very sweet girl. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, what I feel personally, you know, I just keep to myself. You
Okay.
know,
And that's
when it
that's
comes,
the way to
yeah,
be.
yeah, you know, because hey, the judges, whoever the judges were at that point in time, they felt like, you know, that was a clear cut winner. There's nothing that
Right.
I could really say.
Yeah. And I like to say, when you win, say little. When you lose, say less.
Yes,
So, and it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about being a professional. It's not
yes,
about being catty or personal, and you just go on to the
yes,
next show. And I got to ask you, what's going to be your next show? I think you said it in the interview, but what is it
yes.
again?
I am doing the Linda Murray, the Atlanta show, which is
There
in
you go.
5 weeks.
Yep.
So
Now,
yeah,
no, go
you
ahead.
want to know the look. You want to know the look I'm coming with this time, right?
Exactly. I was going to ask you, how are you going to use these next 5 weeks, and
Well,
what you're
pretty
going to
much,
put
you
on, and
know,
what you're going to work on.
coming back from Omaha, I was able to get 2 days of just gluttony. So I ate to the max because I knew that was the only 2 days of gluttony I was gonna get. So
Right.
basically, the look that I'm going for is at this point, I came in full and hard. This
Hmm.
time, I'm not leaving any stones unturned. I'm coming in full dry as the Sahara Desert and hard.
There you
So
go.
it's going to, and I am a suffering queen. Like I do not bitch about a diet. A
Right.
diet is a diet. If you it's you want to win or you want to lose. What do you want? You know what I'm saying?
You're not a
You
cheater.
make the call. Nobody forces you to do anything. It's how bad do you want it? Are you willing to suffer to get it? And every prep that I do, I push the limit with myself with my diet. So I could be conditioned. My cortisol level, I stay calm. I don't
Hmm.
allow anything to stress me out. And trust me, I go through a lot during prep, especially when it gets closer to shows.
Right. Love it. Love it. Every bit of it.
Hmm.
So now I said you're not a cheater, so no cheat meals for you.
Not even. I don't get
Well,
cheat meals. I don't get refeeds. I don't get
mm,
none of that. I diet for about, it takes me about 5 to 6 months to prepare for a show. So
wow.
just
Okay.
say with those 5 to 6 months, we're not having no burgers. We're not having no fries. We're not having no refeeds. We're eating clean straight through. Like that's it. You know, genetically, I'm a thick girl, so I have to keep it clean up until show day. Like I really go really hard. Like
You do have some great aesthetics. What is
and
the difference between a refeed versus a cheat meal, or are they the same? You don't utilize either, as you said, but what's the
yeah,
difference?
the difference is that a refeed is usually clean,
Ah, okay.
giving you clean. A cheat is giving you dirty food.
Okay.
You
Got you.
know, so I don't do any dirty food. I don't even get that chance. I after prejudge, I don't even get burger and fries. Like I don't get none of that. I can't. My body will probably hold water, so I can't even do none of that stuff.
I got you. So basically,
I
after you finish the show, you just keep eating clean, especially if you're
I, go-
continuing
I
prep,
go back.
obviously.
I go back to the room and have some chicken breast.
There you go. Okay.
It ain't over till it's over.
Yeah. Tell me about your coach. She competes as well, correct?
Yes, Saba Saheed. She's also a figure pro. You know,
Okay.
so I met my coach a few years back. She was working with somebody else, and
Hmm.
pretty much it was a team that she had. And in 2022, I chose to go and work with her exclusively. And she is a very smart, intelligent woman. She studies bodybuilding. She studies women's health. You know, like she's just one of the best coaches that I know. I'm not trying to stroke anybody's ego, but for me, she's the best in the
Mm-hmm.
game because look at how I look.
Right.
I'm still able to maintain my look with her and be able to have gains and put on muscle at the same time. And
Right.
that's very hard to do. So I feel very blessed to have her, and she's not going anywhere.
Good stuff. Now, let's just you're one of the shorter competitors. Let's just
Yes,
how hard
unfortunately.
is it? Do you think it's harder to put on muscle on one that's got a short body type or someone that's taller? Because you got great aesthetics as well. But
Um, I feel like due to the fact that I'm short,
mm-hmm,
I have a lot of muscle on my little short frame. If I for a tall person, they could put on muscle, but it depends on the person's metabolism.
mm-hmm,
It depends on the person's metabolism, I believe. If they have a fast metabolism, they have to eat, 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 eat. Those are the lucky ones.
right,
And people like me with a little slower metabolism, I can't eat to that extensive amount. So I got to be very careful.
right,
So I think that I put on muscle very easily. It's just the way that my body responds. It depends on how you train,
right,
you know.
right.
And
You're right.
after last year, Atlantic Coast, it put the battery in my back, and I ended up training double time, 10 times harder than I ever trained before. After I look
Mhm.
back at those videos,
How long
you
you
know,
been in prep?
I started my prep in February.
Okay,
Yeah, I started in
okay.
February.
So now going into the Linda Murray very prestigious show. Account I think 7 or 8 shows left. The Spain is about to come up, but you got
Mhm.
Atlanta, Chicago, Anaheim, Tampa, Portugal, Spain, the Rising Phoenix, and of course the Lena Popa in Romania. If things don't go like you hope in Atlanta, will you do Chicago within the next week? Will you do Tampa? What would be your plans?
I don't know. Let's see. We go as it goes. We flow as it goes.
Gotcha,
You
gotcha.
know,
And
can't
you
make
never,
no.
a lot of people, the way to go in is there's no plan B. So
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
qualification and roll.
yeah. Because I was watching the Toronto, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I see those girls. They came in peeled. I seen the look, and I said to
Right,
myself, I said, okay, you got to understand that people got levels of condition
right,
that people have to go into the show. So that girl that won that condition, it was really, really good. Where is she
right.
from? Australia?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, she is. Tracy Guile. Yes.
Yes.
From Australia.
That
Tracy
condition
Guile.
was that condition was on point. So you could expect seeing something like that for Linda Murray.
So when you and talk speaking of Tracy Guile, she got a pro card in May, then went into the first pro show and now is qualified for the Olympia. How do competitors, and you've been around a while, the up and comers that experience success early and then it seems like they'll hit a wall and they're not doing so well, and then vice versa, those that expect success and it just takes longer. How do you manage the mindset, and what would you tell a younger competitor just starting out?
Okay. All right. So a younger competitor, you got to believe in yourself first and foremost, and you can't give up. Giving up shouldn't be an option. It's
Mm-hmm.
just when your time happens, it's just going to happen for you. Because I could honestly say, me and my coach had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I became a pro in 2020. I didn't qualify for Olympia until my third pro show. Okay. And
Yeah.
a lot of times, it's your worth ethics, it's your mentality, the way that you think about yourself. You got to be confident about yourself, and you really truly got to work hard. It's not something that could be. It's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
You have to lift. And most of those girls, like what you was telling me, she won her pro card. She's been training for a long time because in
Right.
certain countries, they never had the opportunity to become IFBB pros and to get their pro cards. You know what I'm saying? So once that opportunity came, she took it and ran with it, and all that training that she has done over the years, it paid off. So yes,
Right.
she came over here and competed, and she won her first pro show because she's been training for years. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So hey, it was earned. Can't really
Yeah.
knock the girl, you know.
Yeah. And I can give my hats off to all the overseas competitors because one of the things they're struggling with is getting visas to come over here. But vice versa, when I look out there at the Portugal show and of course the Romania and then Spain,
Mhm.
um, that's a big expense to go overseas to compete. Um,
Yes,
and so I'd like, just like going out to Omaha, but I don't know how they do it. When you try to find balance,
I feel
are there
like
more overseas shows
their
versus in
country
country?
supports them. Their country supports them.
Yeah,
The country supports them on what they do. They support the bodybuilding a lot of times.
yeah, they go all out. That's for sure.
Hmm. So that's
Touchy
why they get
subject
so much
over,
love.
yeah, touchy subject over the season, and it's all been about women's physique this year as opposed to
Hmm.
women's bodybuilding last year. You talking prize money, number of shows, when do you compete? Uh, and quite frankly, it takes longer for women's physique or women's bodybuilders to heat up, you know, to get ready for a show. Where
Yeah,
a bikini could go what 8 to 12 weeks. You guys are anywhere from 16 to 25, and
yeah,
does that? But and the flip side of that is, that every May there's going to be the Pittsburgh, and now that the Triple O Dynasty, it's going to be the same time this time next year.
yeah.
I think we're in April. So how do you plan for that? How do you pick a show? Is it just when you peak? You're gonna need a longer prep, but then when you go out
Okay.
there, you pick it by prize money. Give me your whole thoughts on that.
So I pick a show. I pick a show depending on also my weight.
Okay,
Because I can't blow up too much. Because
right,
last year we had that problem.
right,
So and the prep was a little shorter. We was trying something different, and it was an epic. We failed. So
mhm.
um, I went up to almost 180 pounds last year, and then I
Wow,
had to come
okay,
down. I wanted to do the rise in Phoenix, and coming down, it the last 4 weeks, I still had a lot of body fat on me, so we had to push so hard that in 28 days I dropped 20 pounds. That's how hard I had
wow,
to go, and I still had a little bit of body fat on me, but it still put me in the fourth place running. So that's
hmm
why I said, you know what? I was gonna be done for the year, and then I saw the Atlantic Coast was available, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna jump into the Atlantic Coast, and that's when everybody, Natalia and everybody, jumped in there too. I wasn't expecting it neither. I was like, damn, y'all
yeah.
just got a chance to go on the Olympia stage. Give me a chance. I was like,
But
geez, I was like, could I get a chance?
right, but it's nothing like going up against the best. I mean, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts on those that are already qualified for the Olympia, continually to do shows? People would say, hey, they're taking a slot from somebody else. But then the other
yeah,
side of the coin, once again, is hey, you got to beat the best. And I'm telling you, everybody's talking about prize money. That prize money goes up, those big dogs going to continue to come out.
yeah. That's a different situation. When that prize money high like that, I could understand everybody coming out the closet. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, come on, I'm jumping in. But when it comes to, like, once you're qualified, I feel like give somebody else another chance. Give somebody a
Right,
chance. It's like, but some people don't believe in that. They want the less competition, so they're gonna keep on jumping in so they can lessen
right.
the competition. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you know
That's
you're
true.
that good in your top ranks, Let's
Right,
slim the competition down so it gives me more of a fair chance.
right.
So it's a
And
strategy, I believe.
I got you. And when you look at it, it's what 17, almost coming up on 16 weeks. There's a lot of planning and strategy that goes into place. And though
Hmm.
on the average, it seems like this year everybody's doing like two, and then shutting it down. Natalia
Hmm.
Coelho, Jessica Reyes, Padilla, they're famous for doing more and more shows because one, they love to compete, and
Hmm.
then again, that prize money it keeps going up. You can't have it both ways. You ain't gonna say the prize money needs to be higher. Okay, you get higher prize money, you're gonna get the big dogs coming out, and it ain't gonna
Yeah,
be just like okay, show up and qualify, show up and qualify. I'll jump in early. And then the buzzword that keeps going around this year is conditioning, conditioning. That's the feedback that all competitors are getting.
Yeah. And to me, women's physique shouldn't be a size game. It's more of symmetry and
Mm-hmm.
conditioning. Bodybuilding is size.
Right.
Not to say that all women's physique have to be slim, trim, but we have
Oh, lost her. Well, we'll hold on for a few minutes and see if we can get her back. We're talking to Winsome White, IFBB Women's Physique Pro and Olympian. So let's just hang on for a few moments, and then we'll see if we can get her back.
Yeah, sorry
Hey,
about that. I lost connection.
no
The
problem.
phone got overheated. I was like, oh my God, in the middle of the interview. Oh my God. I had too much things open up on the phone. I be multitasking.
Yeah. Hey, it happens. It's all good. So we were talking
Hold
about
on.
prize
Could you
money
hear
and
me?
yeah, I can hear you. You hear me now?
Let me see.
I can hear you great.
Um, can't hear anything. Let me try to come out and come back in.
Okay. That's the thing about going live, ladies and gentlemen. As opposed to pre-recorded, there's advantages and disadvantages on both sides. If you go pre-recorded, well, you can fix all your mistakes and you can edit and then throw it back up. But when you go live, you get what you get.
There we go.
All right, good to go. So we were talking about prize money and the number of shows people do. You think if they do one and shut it down once you qualify for the Olympia, or you
Yes.
think they should do two or three more?
So when it comes down to the prize money, the prize money is everything, but to be honest, I prefer the
Mm-hmm.
Olympia qualification. I'll take the prize money, thank you. But to make it to that Olympia stage is everything to me. It's a dream.
Right, definitely.
Just the excitement of just to make it there. All that
Mm-hmm.
hard work that you put in, all that suffering, all that going to the gym 2, 3 times a day, all of that hard work, trust me, it's
Yeah.
very rewarding.
Talk to me about your Olympia experience when you're on
Oh,
stage.
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like I
Mhm.
was there, I felt like a kid in a candy store when I first went. I didn't know
Yeah.
what to do. I didn't see everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, people walking up to tables, being able to have that Olympia tracksuit, um, being able to be one of the best, and people are just there, just supportive.
Hmm.
Like I've never seen so much people in one area, like a music, like a freaking opera room full of people that love bodybuilding, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow,
And you're one
you
of the
know,
best in the world, and nobody can ever take it away from you.
yeah, it was an
You are
amazing
Olympian for life.
experience.
Yeah.
So, that in itself motivates me to want to be one of the best,
Right.
continue to motivate me, to push me to want to make it back on that stage,
Right. And
you
once you've
know?
been there the first time, it's a hunger like, oh, I like this.
Yeah,
And you can say the
it,
first time, well, I'm just glad to be here because you don't have any expectations. But then when
yeah,
you get there, you go through the process like, man, look,
yeah,
I got
yeah.
to go try to win this thing.
Once you make it, the pressure becomes high.
Yeah. So you think it's,
Once,
it's definitely harder to get the second one coming around.
yeah, the pressure becomes high. In the beginning when you're competing, people don't understand. Like in the beginning, you're like, "Yay, I'm competing!" I go to a show, I do a show. Oh yeah, I got
Right.
second place. Yeah, I get third place. Yeah, I get top 5. In the beginning, it's fun, but when you get
Yeah.
first place and you win and you make it to that Olympia and you got a taste,
Yeah.
the game changes after that.
Now, do you coach? Do you have a desire to coach?
Huh?
Do you coach?
I do help people. Yes,
Okay.
lifestyle.
Right.
I love to help lifestyle. I love to change people's lives. Because I was a big girl myself once.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big girl when I first started bodybuilding. People looked at me and said, "Ha ha ha!" They looked
Mm-hmm.
at me and laughed. They didn't expect that I would have even made it this far.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. You feel like, okay, when you were overweight, everybody body shamed you. Now that you are women's physique, do you feel that you get fitness shamed the same way?
Hold on. I feel like now that I am when I was thick, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was not ever body shamed. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, because I was like I had a lot of booty, so nobody was shaming that. They like everybody was like, whoa, like it was like really like the Amazon, like it was
There you
booty,
go.
So so it was me. So when people looked at me and I said I want to do bodybuilding, they looked at my booty. It was like, bodybuilding where? You know what I'm saying? Like, they were like, you got too much ass to be a bodybuilder. So I
Yeah.
was like, you're gonna see, and I proved a lot of people wrong. They
Right.
thought that I couldn't take it off. They're like, oh, her butt gotta be fake. It has to be fake.
Wow.
So when I lost all that weight, they was in shock. Like,
Hmm.
no, sweetie, this is genetics. So that's the one area, everybody has a one area on their body that, you know, like bothers them a little bit.
Hmm.
And that's one for me, that's one area that, mentally for me every season, I just be like, oh, try to get it off. I got to make sure that comes in right. Because just
Gotcha.
because that's, everybody has that one body part that bothers them. It's
Hmm.
my butt. It's good for the off season, but getting ready to go into the season, it's like, okay, I gotta get this thing down.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna let you get out of here on this one.
Yes,
The Linda Murray is next. What do
definitely.
you
Listen,
right at
it's
5 weeks coming going until time of the show? What
yes.
are your thoughts going? You want to qualify for the Olympia. Every show is going to get bigger and bigger. They use the word stack class. Do you believe that there's a stack class, or is just you go up against who you go up against?
All the shows that I've done, other
Mm-hmm.
than this one right here, the last one, I was up against 26 and better.
Mm.
Even the show that I qualified for the Olympia for, I was up against like 27 girls, 26, 27 girls.
Wow.
So I'm not I'm not too worried about the stacked
Mm-hmm.
situation. Everybody's coming, at their best, and I'm gonna make sure that I can nail myself too. That's it. So we all come into battle. There's nothing. It's a pleasant competition. I feel like getting ready. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
chill, cool, whatever. But when the show is over, then we could, hey, girl.
Right.
But while the show is going on, I gotta have complete focus.
Right.
I can't really smile with nobody. I'm getting ready to compete. I'm about to battle with you right now. I can't get no feelings and emotions with you right now. When the
Right.
show is done, we could do all of that. You know?
We can dap it
It's
up.
all love. It's all love,
Yeah.
but you have to mentally be there. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Right.
want to be soft going into the show.
Yeah. And of
Yeah.
course, all the shows that I listed, those are women's based on women's bodybuilding shows. And of course, there's probably some more women's physique, but it's getting down to the end, and we're over.
Yeah.
Half the season is over, and either you get in or you're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm gonna be in. I ain't gonna be looking out like, hey, look at me. No, I'm gonna be
exactly,
in. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I'm gonna push to be in. I'm gonna try to push my best to be in. Like I listen, these next few 5 weeks is gonna be really. I'm going to be really grinding extremely hard. Like yo, I'm gonna be hidden. I'm the hider. I hide a
Uh,
lot. If you
yeah,
notice, no, I never post anything. I hide and I go into hibernation so I can mentally, focus. That's what it takes for me to focus, for me to put my body all on Instagram. I don't want nobody to see what's coming. I want to surprise everybody,
yeah.
you
They
know?
call it going the ground. Everybody goes to that dark mode.
Yep. Trust me. When I come out this time and at the Linda Murray show, it's going to be a sight to be seen because I feel it. I'm gonna push for it. And that's it. There's nothing more, nothing less. Anything I put my mind to, I could do it.
Winsome White, thanks for joining
Yes.
me. Love the Instagram name at Wonder Woman Body _ IFBB Pro. Make sure
Yes.
you like and subscribe to her Instagram. Do you have a YouTube channel, or you don't do
Not
the
as
YouTube?
yet. Not as
Okay.
yet.
And you just said you don't like to
Look,
share too much.
once I qualify, then I'll,
Then you
put
come
my
out.
little journey in.
Okay. Do like a
Yeah.
road to the Olympia.
Yes.
Good stuff. Thanks for
Yes.
joining me. Appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate you too. Hopefully one day I'll come out there, do a
Yeah.
shoot with you guys.
Hey, I want you to come out to North Carolina and do a shoot. You got
Definitely.
to. Check on the flights from New York to North Carolina and let me know. And you need to
Okay.
come
No
over here.
problem.
But if
All
all goes
right.
well, right now I'm planning on being at the Atlanta Pro, so maybe we can do a shoot then. But shows, it's hard to get a shoot in because I find that competitors, if they won and did great, right,
Yes.
everybody's trying to get at them. So,
Yeah.
but then if they don't do well, man, they just want to go back to their room and lay down. They're not trying to. I'm not trying to do no photo shoot. I just got my butt whipped, but so I try to, the ebb and flow. But as a photographer, hey, you guys always look good to me. Everybody's a winner. And like I
Well,
said,
okay.
photographer is the quintessential participation trophy because everybody looks good.
Yeah.
And our job as a photographer is to capture that 16, 25 weeks of prep. And that's just something that we can't F up,
Yeah.
because it leaves an indelible mark and an indelible memory. So thanks for talking to
Exactly.
me, Winsome. Be
All right.
talking soon. See you at the Atlanta Pro and let's get it.
Yes. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Take care. Winsome White, IFBB Women's Physique Pro and Olympian, getting ready for the Atlanta Pro. And as I said, it's getting a little tight as we over halfway season is done, and the slots or the Olympia qualifications are few and far between. Plan is I will be there. If you want to book a shoot, reach out now. GPS photography and video at iCloud.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram or on the website, AmazonsFitMag.com. And we'll schedule that shoot to get it in for the Atlanta Pro. I'm currently shooting for the July issue of Amazon's. And so when I come down there in July, I'll be shooting for the September issue of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. Thanks to all the new subscribers to Amazon'sFitMag.com, especially those that have now renewed their subscription for the next year. Some just came out and said, hey, I just want the whole year subscription at once, and appreciate you. And for those that do a month to month, appreciate you as well. But so thankful to all of you as we continue into the third year of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. Coming up at 8:30, we have the Wellness Wednesday with Melissa Guerrero with a special guest. So you want to check that out at 8:30. Make sure you tune back in then. I'm Glenn Young. Subscribe to the Amazon's Fit Mag website. Make sure you follow on the Instagram and all social media platforms. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And I will see you at 8:30. Talk soon.